What's up? What's up? Exciting day today. All right. Tesla reports earnings after the bell. So many things to think about. A lot of hype every quarter around their earnings. So let's just kind of dial it back a second, right? So publicly traded companies every quarter have to report their earnings, right? So they say what we've done this past quarter and where we see things going forward. So, you have to be careful, right? If you come out and you set these crazy expectations and people believe it, your stock's going to shoot up, right? If everyone thought you were going to do this and you report you really did this, your stock crashes. If everyone thought you were going to do this and you did this, but your forward guidance isn't really that exciting, your stock really doesn't move, right? Because stock prices are based on the future, right? What we think the company will earn, not what they've earned in the past. Okay. So Tesla, there's always a lot of hype. So 4 times a year they report. Today's the day. So, and they report after the bell, right? So what that means is sometimes companies will report before the market opens, so 9:30 Eastern time, or after the market closes, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So before the bell, after the bell. Tesla's usually after the bell. So that's today in about a half hour they'll be reporting. So what's on the docket, right? What are people looking for? All right. So, earnings per share this quarter, people kind of expected it to be down a little bit. They did shut down some of the factories. They were retooling the Model 3. So that's the first thing that I think is going to come up, right? When is it launching in the US? If you haven't seen the new Model 3, it's dope. They did a great job. And that's that design language I think they're going to carry through to the Model Y and so on, right? So when is that launching in the US? So that's going to be a big one. Cybertruck. I mean, we've been talking about Cybertruck for 3 or 4 years. They're being built. It's ready to rock. So I think everyone wants to see when is that delivery event going to be, right? Can you give us some clarity on when those things are actually going to be sold? The robots, what's the update on the Optimus bots? Gigafactory in Mexico. So they announced previously this year that they had a new factory they were opening in Mexico. There was some news on that. The borough president of the state, that particular part of Mexico, whatever it is, went to China to see the Gigafactory in Shanghai and see what the best practices were to make the Mexico Gigafactory better. And I think that Mexico factory will be for like lower price cars, which is another thing people are going to be looking out for today. The Model 2 update, the rumored Model 2 that everyone's been talking about. I don't think they'll talk much about it, but that's the $25,000 Tesla, right? So if they can get a car at that price, game over. It's just exponential growth on sales, right? The tax credits, what's that going to be? Another one too. So everyone's big on the margin, right? So, a lot of car companies like Ford, it's like 2-3% margin on electric cars. They don't make any money. They lose more than they make. So, Tesla, they're thinking like 17% more or less is the margin. People get all worked up on that margin number. But you have to understand, like, the plan is future growth. So they can shave a little margin and cut prices to get market share, to build up full self-driving and the AI. So that'll be a big one today. What is it? How does the tax credits impact that? But really, too, the cost of the cars, right? I was reading something yesterday on Twitter, or it was in a YouTube video or something, but the price of lithium is like at a low again, which is the major component in the batteries, one of the major components. So that should bring the cost of the cars down. They're retooling factories, right? So that was kind of the thing this quarter. They shut down some of the factories to retool them and improve them and make them more efficient, and also to redesign the Model 3 so they have a better manufacturing process. So that's how they keep their costs down. So they can lower prices and build the cars cheaper and make the same, if not more, margin on each vehicle. So that's the mind-blowing part. But again, cars are just the beginning. They're the gateway drug of Tesla. All right. So I think that's kind of all the stuff that's going to be, like what everyone's waiting to hear about. The numbers are the numbers. They are what they are. I mean, we can sit here and fixate on what the earnings per share should be, what the revenue is. That's kind of all baked in. They're usually pretty decent with that. They released the sales numbers 2 weeks ago. So they delivered a little bit less than people thought, if I remember correctly, but it is what it is. They said that they were going to do this. So the market always overreacts. The price of Tesla is always volatile around earnings. Today it's down 5%, $12, but the whole market's kind of down today. So we'll see what happens after the bell. You'll see it move around a little bit. So tune in, go online to the Tesla website. You can get the earnings call if you're into that. They'll broadcast it on YouTube as well, usually live. And, let's hear what's happening, man. I'm excited. Very exciting day. I put the lights in the background red in honor of Tesla. So that's what's up, guys. Excited earnings day today. So much to be, just so much to look forward to. And we'll see. And they typically don't always give all the info either. They're very cagey on the calls. But, it is what it is. All right, guys. Oh, and one more thing on a separate note. We talk a lot about Bitcoin. I want to start doing Bitcoin meetups, in the Fall River area where we're out of. So, if anyone's interested in that and thinks that's something they might want to come to, just basically just a bunch of people that are into it, whether you're thinking of buying Bitcoin, whether you've been in Bitcoin for 10 years, sharing that experience with each other, so if that's something you might be interested, comment below and shoot me a direct message on any of the platforms that you're seeing this on, and we can kind of take it from there and figure out, some details. But yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. So if you're interested, let me know so I can gauge it. All right, guys. So excited day. I'm about to jump on and watch this thing live, and let's see what happens. All right. This is the fun part of investing, right? It's these days like this. It's like a Super Bowl. You're either gonna make a lot or you're gonna cry, but it doesn't matter. Long term, the plan's the same, so it doesn't matter. But it feels good when the price goes up. All right, guys. I'll see you. Enjoy it. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.